Almost 4 decades ago, God's plan for Holy Trinity began to take shape through the hearts and minds of our 28 founding members, 7 of whom are still serving His church today through Holy Trinity. Worship at Holy Trinity began in a school and then in a music shop in Edmond. Today, we fast forward to the dedication of a new music ministry space. It's amazing how God works in ways we can't imagine. These founding members and Pastor Jackson broke ground and began to build our first sanctuary through Laborers for Christ. In no time at all, that sanctuary, now known as Luther Commons, and our preschool were serving the Edmond community. It immediately became clear that the Holy Spirit was working at Holy Trinity. In the spring of 1991, God called our German shepherd, Barry Hinke, to serve as pastor. In the years to come, under Pastor Hinke's leadership, Holy Trinity saw tremendous growth. Soon, expansion of the sanctuary was necessary. This was the first of many expansions to our campus as the Lord worked through His people to build His kingdom. From there, our preschool grew, which required the addition of a preschool hallway, followed by 2 classrooms on the north side of the initial structure. Holy Trinity launched its first extensive campaign, Praise His Name, Build His House, to build a new sanctuary, conference rooms, choir room, and a larger building entrance. In 2007, a small and dedicated group launched a modern worship service in Luther Commons under the support of Reverend John Huss. And then we kept going. Vicar Jonathan Meyer became Reverend Jonathan Meyer, and then Senior Pastor Jonathan Meyer during this time. With Pastor Meyer's vision, Holy Trinity experimented with modern worship in the Family Life Center for the first time on Palm Sunday, 2022. The modern worship service never returned to Luther Commons. God wasn't done yet. Our church and school grew some more. Along with the staff and leadership board, Holy Trinity members Mark Yates and Evan Matthew, along with Congregational President John Grunow, spearheaded what came to be known as the How Will They Hear campaign. This campaign envisioned expanding and customizing our Family Life Center to a more permanent multi-purpose space, purchasing a new organ, updating our audio-visual equipment in the traditional sanctuary, making much-needed repairs in the sanctuary, and adding a standalone middle school modular building. Robert Castens and Jimmy Mock were vitally impactful in moving the project forward into completion, along with the technical expertise of Luke Deardoff, Evan Matthew, and Keith Miller regarding audio and visual elements. We thank all volunteers who contributed to these projects. The Family Life Center is a place for worship on Sunday mornings, but it will mean so much more to our Holy Trinity family. It'll host graduations, talent shows, and guest speakers. There'll be volleyball and basketball practices, pep rallies, and youth kickball games. We'll see the Holy Spirit work through baptism and witness those little ones get a year older at birthday parties. It'll host dances and dinners. We'll start podcasts, add new programming, produce new videos, and music. Through it all, God will be there, celebrating and moving us forward. Although a few items are still left to be completed on this first stage of the How Will They Hear campaign, including the installation of our new audiovisual equipment in the traditional sanctuary, and eventually purchasing an altar, cross, and baptismal font for the Family Life Center. Today, we celebrate the Holy Spirit's work on our campus and dedicate the Family Life Center. We celebrate together what God has done and will do in the future here at Holy Trinity as we love God, love one another, and love our neighbor.